Imagine your favorite meal. What is it? For me, it's tandoori chicken. That deep roasted smoky profile. Yet science says I'm not actually savoring most of it. Here's the reality. Your mouth is a limited instrument. It's only responsible for about 5% of what you experience. It can only detect 5 core sensations: salt, sweet, sour, harsh, and umami. Yet the other 95%, that's where it gets wild. While your mouth is stuck with those 5 sensations, your mind is simultaneously processing over 1 trillion distinct aromatic notes. Almost none of that complexity starts in your mouth. It's an invisible symphony, happening in the rear of your throat and the depths of your memory. So, if your mouth isn't the hero of the story, where is all that magic actually coming from? To answer that, we need to go further. We assume this is modern science, yet the first real revelation didn't come from a lab. It came from a French lawyer in 1825 named Jean-Antoine Brillat-Savarin. He wrote something that changed everything. Smell and taste are in fact a single composite sense. Consider that. A lawyer, not a scientist, was the first to suggest that flavor was a unified system. He realized the nose was the silent partner. And since he wasn't one of them, the scientific community largely ignored him for another 80 years. They stayed fixed on the mouth. In 1908, Japanese chemist Kikunai Ikeda noticed a depth in a simple dashi soup that didn't fit any of the 4 known sensations. He isolated the compound, glutamate. Kikunai named it umami, Japanese for delicious. The West dismissed it for another 70 years, officially recognized only in 1985. Right now, scientists are investigating a possible 6th sensation, the direct experience of fatty acids on the mouth, called oleogustus. We are still mapping the science of something we do 3 meals a day, which means one thing: we have only scratched the surface. So, returning to the original question, if your mouth is this limited, how does the full experience actually reach you? So, we've established your mouth does 5% of the work, yet, how does the rest reach your mind? Every moment you chew, you're not just releasing food. You're sending hundreds of aromatic molecules upward through a hidden passage at the rear of your throat directly into your nasal cavity. It's a secret gateway, and your mind is on the other side, receiving the full signal. You felt this without realizing it. Think about the last time you had a bad cold. Food had no flavor, correct? Here's something even most professional chefs are unaware of, and honestly, it's not your fault if you aren't either. This one got away from almost everyone. You were likely shown the mouth map: sweet at the front, harsh at the rear, sour on the sides. It was in study materials for nearly a century, and it is completely incorrect. This map came from a mistranslation of a German study released in 1901. One mistranslation. A century of flawed science. The reality? Every receptor, regardless of where it sits, can detect all 5 sensations. No zones, no divisions. Never let a 120-year-old error mislead your senses. Honestly, and your school taught you the wrong version anyway. Science is humbling like that. Here's a question I want you to sit with. Have you ever taken one bite of something and suddenly you're a child again? Back in your grandmother's kitchen. You can almost hear the sounds. Feel the warmth of the room. Why does that happen? The answer is in your brain's architecture. Your olfactory bulb, the part that processes smell and flavor, is hardwired directly to 2 regions, the amygdala and the hippocampus. These are the centers of emotion and memory. Flavor doesn't just enter your brain, it unlocks it. You aren't just eating a meal. You are time traveling. Flavor isn't just biology, it's biography. Every dish you love is a chapter of your life, stored in chemistry. Now, let's talk about the kitchen. Because once you understand how flavor works, the way you cook changes permanently. There is one law every serious cook must know. Seasoning salt and pepper doesn't add a new flavor. It amplifies what's already there. It turns up the volume on the existing signal. Flavoring herbs, spices, aromatics. These change the identity of the dish. They don't adjust the signal, they rewrite it. Seasoning is the volume knob. Flavoring it is the lyrics. You can have the loudest music in the world, but if the lyrics are wrong, the song doesn't work. And a perfect lyric, whispered quietly, still means something. Professional chefs don't think about ingredients. They think in notes exactly like a composer building a piece of music. Every great dish has 3 layers. Top notes the first hit. Citrus, sharp herb, vinegar bite. This is your impact. What grabs attention in the first second? Middle notes the body. Protein, vegetables, grain. This is the core. This is the story being told. Base notes the slow finish. Roasted depth, smokiness, umami linger. This is the soul. What you remember an hour later. When a dish feels off, when something is missing and you can't name it almost always, it's lacking roundness. The 3 notes aren't connecting. Here's where it gets precise, because flavor is not magic, it is data transfer. And technique is how you control the data. This is why a Michelin-starred kitchen can serve the same dish for 30 years and it tastes identical every time. They are not guessing. They are executing a precise chemical recipe. Every technique, a calculated step in a flavor data transfer. So the next time you sit down to eat, slow down for just one moment. Realize what is actually happening. You are performing a high-speed chemical scan. Your nose samples hundreds of aromatic compounds. Your tongue tagging 5 data points. Your brain cross-referencing trillions of combinations against your memories, your emotions, your entire history. All of that in the time it takes to chew one bite. Savor the 5% on your tongue, but have some respect for the 95% doing the heavy lifting quietly, invisibly in the depths of your mind. Understanding this changes everything. Whether you're a chef, a home cook, or simply someone who loves eating, you now see the full picture. Science, anatomy, the blueprint.